Just going to do one final check of the attendance, and then we're going to start. Okay, we're going to get going. Welcome to the nutrition class. I think you can see me. It's optional if you want to put your video on or not. My name is Dr. Julianne Murphy, and I'll give you a quick introduction of me, but not waste a ton of time. I've been teaching at Triton for about 20 years now, and I'm also the department chair of Health, Sport, and Exercise Science, where we train individuals who want to be nutritionists, personal trainers, health educators, coaches, sports officials. Maybe some of you want to be nurses and you're taking this class as a prerequisite for that. But anything that falls under the health field, I like to say that we're teaching preventative health and wellness. So learning lifestyle behaviors that will help prevent disease, but then also manage that as well if an individual does have a chronic disease. I was a student at Triton as well. I graduated there, and it took me about 3 years to get my associate degree, but I was successful in doing that. After Triton, I went to Elmhurst College. I have a degree in psychology and athletic training. I went to UIC, which is a great local school, and I have a master's in kinesiology. My doctorate's in psychology, and it is in health and sports psychology. I have several postgraduate nutrition certificates. In fact, I have one from Rush University called Nutritional Medicine, and that's one of my favorite topics, and that is preventing or treating diseases with foods. This summer, I took a certificate program from Cornell University, and that was in plant nutrition. So I have a lot of background in preventative health and wellness and nutrition. And as you'll see, this is my favorite class to teach. I teach 3 sections of nutrition. I also teach drug and alcohol education. I teach health psychology and sports psychology. If you have questions for me, you can always ask them in various manners. I'm going to go over Collaborate so that you understand how to work that. And maybe this is your first semester using it. Maybe you've used it in the past, but because there's so many individuals, I want to go over simple steps with Collaborate. So hopefully on your screen right now, you probably see me and maybe about 2 or 3 other images. Doesn't look like many people are using their videos. And then at the bottom of the screen, you're going to see your microphone, a little video icon, and then a little icon of someone raising their hand. So I just want to check to see if you guys see those icons. And if you do see the icon of the individual raising your hand, why don't you raise your hand really quick if everyone can do that? Okay, you all got your hand up. So what I'm going to say is if you have questions, you could raise your hand. And that would be one method of getting my attention so that I can call on you. You could put your hands down now. I'm also glad that you're all paying attention because that happened rather quickly. The other method that you could use is on the right-hand column of the screen of Collaborate, but I'll get to that in a moment. If you wanted to mute or unmute yourself, you press on that microphone icon and then obviously with the video. Does anybody have questions on microphone, video, or raising hand? All right. So going on the right-hand side of the screen, you should see a purple arrow, or if the arrow is already open, you would see a column with a white column with 4 different tabs at the bottom. The first tab is the chat icon. So if you could open that purple arrow and then go to the first tab at the bottom, it's like a little bubble. If you could just type hello or something in that. I know a couple people did already. I just want to make sure you know how to use the chat. There you go. Perfect. Okay. So either raising your hand or typing something in that chat is the best way to answer questions. Okay. As long as I don't hear any interference in the background, you guys can keep your mic on. Sometimes with these online meeting areas, if everyone has their mic on, the sound gets kind of confusing. So if that does happen, let me know. And we may have to have everybody muted except the individual talking. Okay, any questions so far, which you can type in the chat room or raise your hand. All right. The next tab in the chat room is attendees. So you will see 16 attendees, one of which is me. Believe it or not, we have, I think, 25 students in the class. So there's some missing. We'll have to reach out to them. Okay. You'll see everyone that is in the class, their name. And then the next tab over, I don't know if you have another tab. This might just be me for the moderator. I will be sharing my screen or doing polling throughout, and then probably settings as your last tab. But you'll probably only need the first couple, okay? The chat and then the attendees. All right, any questions on how to use Collaborate? All right, so far, pretty good. Pretty easy so far. So I did a quick intro of myself. I do take attendance. And what I'm going to say about that is if you happen to get in late after I've done attendance, remind me towards the end of the class when I say goodbye to make sure I checked your name off. Because once I start teaching and we go through the lessons that we're learning, I sometimes forget to mark down that a person came into the classroom. What I want to do today is we're just going to do a lot of introduction and getting you used to what you'll be learning in class and the syllabus and how the class will be held. And then Thursday, we're going to start learning a lot about nutrition. But I can give you an overview as we're going through. I do want you guys to introduce yourself. It's what I can say about me. This is the first time I'm ever holding a class virtually. I do teach online, and obviously I do teach on campus this class, in which we would have had if it wasn't for the situation we're in. But this is the first time I'm using Collaborate, so your patience with me is much appreciated, and maybe some of you are in the same situation with the first time using it. So what I can do is I'd like to call those individuals that are here. And typically when you introduce yourself, you could say one of two things, or you can tell us something about yourself. But I'm always interested in knowing like why you took the class, if it's related to your future profession. And also just for fun, if you'd like, you can tell us like your favorite food or your favorite sport or your favorite hobby, something to that effect. Okay, and I will jot a couple things down while we're going through. I'll try my best with pronouncing names. If I say your name wrong, tell me. Don't let me continue the whole semester saying it. Is Christopher here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hi, Christopher. Okay, hi, Christopher. So you're the lucky one that gets to start off with the introduction. Could you tell us maybe a few different things, like why you took the class or something that you like to do, your favorite food, something to that effect?
Okay. I'm a nursing major, so that's why I'm taking this class. It's my second year of college, and my favorite sport is basketball.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Is Morgan still here? Yes, Morgan?
Yeah.
Hi.
So I'm also a nursing major, and this is also my second year of college. I don't really
Okay,
have a
and
favorite sport.
okay. And favorite food?
I don't know. I'm not really picky with it, so.
Okay. Okay. I just got done teaching my online class this morning, and when we were doing some introductions, and I made a few comments to them. One thing I want you guys to know is, um, in terms of healthy or not so healthy foods, don't feel like you guys need to be perfect with the foods you eat. If you have a favorite food that might be considered not so healthy, it's okay to have that. We don't have to be perfect. But one thing I want to stress is we're going to try, as far as health is concerned, if you want to try to be healthy, most of the foods you eat each day should be from that healthier options. But say you love Twinkies or something, it's not a problem to have that once in a while. It's just we can't solely survive on Twinkies and expect to be healthy, okay? So I want you guys to know where I'm coming from, and that's why I'll make a few comments as we go through. All right, let's go to David. Hi, David. Want to tell us a little bit? Maybe unmute your mic if we can hear you. David, is your microphone unmuted? No. Push on that button one more time. Now it's on. Try to talk now. Yikes. Okay. You're having a little bit of microphone trouble. Have you used, maybe you could chat with me real quick. Have you used your microphone in the past for this Collaborate? Oh, okay. I'm not sure what the issue is. I can see when your microphones are on and off. Right now, your microphone is on actually right now. Yours and Philip's is on. And then Kiana is saying maybe try a different browser to get in. So if you could try that, David, and then get back to us. Let's go to Melissa. I'm actually using Chrome too. Hi, Melissa. Where are you? There you are.
What do I say?
Okay, so like maybe why you're taking the class or what your future degree would be
I'm
in.
actually like super passionate about nutrition. I find like health to be just really interesting. I'm actually studying nursing right now, but I went to IU for journalism and international studies before, so I'm kind of stuck between nursing and the creative like degrees, but I'm just gonna see how it goes.
Okay, great. The first three people that I've spoken with today are nurses. A lot of nurses take my classes. I would say half my students are future nurses. And you know what? It's great because when I was at Rush University, the people sitting in my classroom with me were nurses and doctors. And I can tell you, doctors know absolutely nothing about nutrition. So you future nurses are going to have to carry the load. Doctors don't have to take any class in nutrition whatsoever. And it's shocking to me because what you're going to learn in this class by the time December comes is how important the foods we eat are to our health. I mean, it's vital. And a lot of the doctors will say, well, just eat healthy. Well, what does that mean? Most Americans don't know what that even means, eat healthy, right? We know, okay, well, fruits and vegetables, but like, why is that important? What's the science behind that? How much should we be eating, And the whole ordeal with protein, like how much? Too much, not enough, everything in moderation. But the nurses, like as we go through the class, I'll tell you some of the more important concepts that you'll deal with in nursing when it comes to foods and weight control. So, all right, well, welcome.
Also, I just feel like there's like this connection between like your gut and your mind. So like I find that really fascinating too. But yeah, that's all.
Yeah, no, it is. And I don't know if you're coming from it in this manner, but the foods we eat and then the other lifestyle behaviors that we have, like exercise, stress management, sleep, avoidance of unnecessary drugs. I consider these like lifestyle behaviors, but all those things will impact our mental health for sure and our emotions for sure. There's been tons of study that will come out that say if we're eating like more poorly in terms of our food choices, that we have an elevated risk of a couple of different types of mental illnesses, one being depression, perhaps anxiety, and also dementia, which is the lack of memory, right? Memory loss. And the worst of those is Alzheimer's disease. But there's tons of research on how foods will impact not only our physical health, but then mental, emotional, all types of avenues in our life. So I appreciate that, Melissa, and we'll definitely talk about, we'll definitely talk about that in the future as we go through.
That sounds good.
All right, is Alicia here? Am I saying the name right?
Yes, that's correct. It's Alicia.
Okay, thank you.
Hi. Okay, so I am going into nursing as well, and let's see, my favorite food is probably the default pizza, and I've also been kind of binging, I guess, on spaghetti squash. My friend introduced me to the recipe, and I love it, so I just can't get enough of it.
Okay, are you buying that? Are you guys growing it, or you're buying it?
Oh no, buying it.
Okay.
The garden this year is kind of, it's not what it used to be. Like the tomatoes aren't really coming out as much. I don't know. It just feels like maybe this summer was too hot. I don't know, too dry. It could have been everything, but it's not what it used to be.
Yeah. My diet for the last couple weeks has been tomatoes and zucchini because that's what I'm getting out of my garden. And I hate to waste it. I share with my neighbors as well, but I hate to waste it. And we're getting a ton of produce I would say in July, but like you said, in August has been pretty brutal.
Yeah.
Okay, welcome. And let's do Amelia.
Hi. It's
Hi.
Amalia.
Okay, Amalia.
Yes. So I am studying health and physical education.
Okay.
This is my third year, so I'll be done with my associates this semester.
Good.
And my favorite food would probably have to be just traditional Puerto Rican food.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay, so you both, Amalia and
Yeah.
Alicia, you both mentioned a type of food that could either, like when I talk about foods, I hate to label things as good or bad, but the way we make them definitely has an impact on our health. So even if we talked about pizza or Puerto Rican food, which I actually love as well, I have a lot of Puerto Rican friends. I love when they cook for me. But different things we do with those type of foods can make them very, very healthy. Or if different ingredients are added, it might negatively impact our health. But we'll take pizza, for instance, like during this whole pandemic issue, I've been making my own because I do have two children. I failed to mention that. I have a 10-year-old and a 12-year-old. So they like the traditional kiddie foods, right? Pizza, chicken nuggets. What else do kids eat? Who has kids in here? Anybody have kids in the class? What else do they eat? They love those. Oh, macaroni and cheese. That's another one. Oh my gosh. So I tell them, great, we'll have pizza but we'll make that, and they enjoy. I taught one of them is a really good cook. I've taught them to prepare foods themselves. I think that is a huge stumbling block for some people is they don't know how to prepare the foods. So, if we could learn basic skills and then those of you that do know how to share that knowledge with people, it would really benefit individuals to cook at home. When I talk with people that are trying to get healthier, if they want the one probably challenging thing to do, but the first step I would ask people to do is if they're trying to get healthier, cook your foods at home. When we're eating out at restaurants, you wouldn't believe the amount of sodium and calories that are involved in something like McDonald's or Pizza Hut or something to that effect. We make that at home. It's like I'm estimating here, but half the sodium, maybe even less in calories. Granted, remember what I said about that 80%? Like I take my kids to McDonald's rarely, but we go. And it's a treat for them. Maybe we go like 2-3 times a year. We're certainly, go on a weekly basis, or unfortunately, I have family members that go on a daily basis, and then they're not feeling well. So it's I'm going to tell you why I took psychology. We have all these ideas about how to stay healthy in our mind, but then actually doing them is challenging, right? Saying we're going to eat healthy, saying we're going to exercise, knowing what to do, but then also implementing that. That's for some people, it's a challenge. All right, we're going to move on. I don't want to run out of time here. Vanessa, could you do your intro?
Hi, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay, well, I am a nursing student at the moment, and I was required to take this class. My favorite food would be chicken wings. I am
Okay.
so guilty of eating those a lot. So, yeah.
All right, that's okay. Chicken wings are okay. I think that's one of my husband's favorite foods. In fact, he does like to make them himself. He has a smoker in the yard, so sometimes he makes those. But welcome, thank you. Let's do Daniela. I don't know if I'm saying the name right. Groff is the last name?
Yeah, hi.
Hi, did I say your name right?
Daniela.
Okay, yes.
So I'm studying to be an athletic therapist.
Okay.
This is my second year at Trenton, and my favorite food would be anything Italian.
Okay. I like that too. I'm going to show you guys something. I made some tomato sauce from the tomatoes I got in my garden as I was working yesterday. I guess working from home has a couple of benefits, but I would rather be with you in the classroom. Oh, Patrick. And again, I'm not sure if I'm saying the name right. Patryc. You know what? On my roster is different than what you have on the screen. That's probably why. Could you tell me how to pronounce your name, please? Patty. Okay. My roster has a different spelling than what you have on your screen. I'm sorry. All right. Let me see something here. Chrome is no good for Mac. Let me get off Safari. Okay. While Patty is trying to reconnect, I'm going to try to see if David is able to use his mic yet. Is David, did you have any luck? Oh, he says he's inactive right now. We'll move to the next person. Mara.
Hi.
Hi, Mara.
You hear me? Okay. It's Mata.
Mada.
Mata, yeah.
Okay. Got it.
I am a biology major,
Okay.
and this is my second year at Triton. My favorite food would probably have to be the same as Daniela, Italian food. So,
Italian?
yeah.
Okay. Good. Good. I have a lot of ancestors from Italy, and they luckily taught me how to cook, and that's why you saw that tomato sauce that I had in my house. Let's go on to, I'm going to look at the screen. Jashawn McDaniel.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi. Did I pronounce your name right?
Joe Sean.
Joshawn. Okay.
All right.
Hi.
Hey. I'm taking this course because I need to learn more about nutrition for my field, like personal training.
Okay.
So I need to learn a little bit more. And then what I like to do is I like to make music and do photography and my favorite food is nachos.
Okay. Very interesting. I like your hobbies, making music and photography. I've never been good at pictures. Nachos is another one of those foods. If we think about just the general term nachos, you think, oh, it's not that good. But what we add to them, if you load them up with a ton of veggies and salsa and things like that, it could be a healthy item. All right, welcome, Joshawn. Let's go to Philip.
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hey, I guess my favorite food would be like chicken,
Okay.
and I want to do like I'm doing like personal training because I'm just trying to get the certificate really. But like I
Sure.
do want to learn more about nutrition and stuff because like I feel like that would help and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. For the last two students, Joe Sean and Philip, if you're working with a client or an individual, sometimes it's even our friends and family. We always say that like two things, eating healthy and exercise, they go kind of hand in hand. Um, and what you'll hear from me in terms of nutrition class is that when we think of the concept of nutrition, there's two different areas I want you to focus on. One is health control, and then one is weight. Um, and clearly, I'm gonna give you a preview here. The biggest factor of weight is calories in, calories out. That really is what dictates the weight. And it really doesn't matter too much in terms of weight control where those calories come from, whether it's carbs, protein, or fat. Now, when we talk about health, everything matters here. There's plenty of people that are normal weight but unhealthy, and then we have some people who are overweight but healthy, some people who are underweight, maybe not so healthy. So we have to keep a clear mind when we talk about nutrition and foods. One is certainly weight control, and then one is health, right? And foods can impact us in so many different ways above and beyond our weight that we will learn through this class as we're choosing foods, which ones will keep us healthier, which ones, might not be so healthy, and then how to balance that out. In terms of our weight control, real quickly, I'll probably say this about 40 times in the class. If you do three things consistently, meaning you do them most days of the week, our bodies typically will go within a normal body composition. Granted, there is some additional factors that we can take into account, but these three things that we want to focus on to get into normal body comp, normal body fat, is eating healthy foods, doing cardiovascular exercise 30 more minutes per day, and then resistance training or lifting some type of weight. If we do those three things consistently each week, then our bodies will want to fall within normal body fat, body composition, and normal health. There's a few other factors that go into that. And I mentioned that earlier. Sleep is a big one. If we're not sleeping, that can throw things off. Stress is a big one. If we're stressed out of our minds, that's going to throw things off. Genetics, right? Think about if your mom or dad, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles have some sort of chronic illness, like mine do. My mother's diabetes, my dad had diabetes and heart disease. So I know I'm at a higher risk. And then finally, the unnecessary drugs. And when I say that, I'm not going to bully any particular drug or narrow any out, but alcohol, cigarettes, prescription drugs, over-the-counter drugs, they may be needed at certain times, the medicinal drugs, but if it's unnecessary, it does have side effects. So we have to take that into account as well. All right, I'm going to pause on the teaching real quick, get back to intros. Is Olivia here?
Yeah, hi, can you hear me? Oh, hi, can you hear me?
Yep, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Olivia. I am a psychology major. I am getting my bachelor's in science, and my favorite food is sushi.
Oh, that's one of my favorite foods.
It's so
That's
good.
a good one. Okay, Kiana?
Hi, good morning.
Hi.
I am a nursing major. I think this is I'm a junior, but I'm not from here. I'm actually a guest student. I'm from Dominican University. And some of my hobbies, I do like painting and drawing, and I practice archery. And my favorite foods would be sushi and traditional Mexican food.
Okay, great. Welcome, Kiana. I'm interested. Why did you take nutrition here and not Dominican?
It's cheaper.
Awesome answer. Guys, I used to teach at Elmhurst College, and I would teach the same exact class you're getting right here. And over there, it would be like $3,000. And for you guys, it's probably, I don't know, maybe $300 to $400 range. So you're the smart ones, believe me. All right, thank you, Kiana. Victoria?
Yes, I'm here. Hello.
Okay, hi.
So my name is Victoria. I'm doing physical therapy, and I just have this class as a optional, like if I'm interested in, and I would like to know more about nutrition and health. So it's just interesting for me. And then I used to play soccer. I don't play it anymore because I got ACL surgery on my knee, and then I went through physical therapy, and then it just made me want to be in that major to help other people.
Okay, good choice. Thank you. I'm going to go back to the couple students that were having some difficulty with the mic. Is David able to respond yet?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Glad to hear you.
I'm David. I'm a sophomore right now at Triton, and I am majoring in public health science. Want to go into my master's for epidemiology, and I just took this class because it was a prerequisite.
And what school do you think you'll go to?
I was at UIC for my first semester as a freshman.
Okay, welcome.
Thank you.
And do we have, was it Patricia who was having challenges too?
Yes, sorry, I don't know why my Safari all of a sudden stopped working on me.
Oh, it's Patty. Yes, Patty.
Yes, hi.
So what are you on right now? You're on Google?
I am on Chrome, yes.
Okay, good. That's what worked for me too. I'm afraid to even go on the other ones, to tell you the truth. You'll find that on Blackboard too. If you're on Blackboard, if something doesn't work right, try a different browser. And if it still doesn't work right, let me know. Or in your syllabus, there's a help section. You could call or email the help desk as well. So Patty, tell me a little bit, your major or your favorite food or something like that.
So my favorite food is definitely Philly cheesesteak.
Okay.
And I do like chile relleno. Chile relleno, it's like a Mexican dish. I like that a lot too. I really like psychology. I'm hoping to become like a psychiatrist one day. I was hoping this class would, I'm not sure if it's going to transfer out, but it's something I want to know for like my own knowledge anyways, because it just interests me. I'm not sure if like health classes transfer out.
They do. Actually, I've been teaching this class 20 years. It's transferred to every school anybody's ever gone to.
Oh, amazing.
I've never had an issue with any of the classes that I teach transferring. And what I can say from also, I've been a Triton student. I was at Triton for 3 years. Every one of the classes I took transferred. The ones that may not transfer are like some of the career classes, like if you took cooking or automotive, things like that.
Okay.
But anything with HTH or PED, which is the department I'm in, that will definitely transfer.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and I really like neuroscience and stuff, so I just feel like it goes kind of hand in hand, like you said.
With the psychology?
Yes.
You'll hear me say a few things about that as we move through class. So I think that you'll really enjoy this one. So thank you, Patty. I want to, before we run out of time, I want to go over the syllabus real quick. And Blackboard, while I'm pulling up my screen, if you guys have to email me, in the subject line, list the course, HTH120-001, because I do teach 3 sections of nutrition. And typically my face-to-face class I remember, but sometimes I get confused if you email me what section you're in. So if you could do that in the subject line of every email, that'll just help me answer your questions faster. So right now you should see my screen. Do you? Just somebody kind of mentioned yes. I don't. Okay. Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay. So on this screen, the first thing up here was just going to tell you, check your email. You check your Triton email, because I do send out emails at least once a week, but maybe even more often. And we can only send it to Triton email because I just click on this link down here, and that will send it as a group to all the triton.edu emails. So make sure you check that. We're going to do a diet analysis, and we're going to use this program that's on the homepage for that diet analysis. You'll enter all the foods you eat for 5 days. You'll get some reports, and then you're going to write a summary of basically a summary of your thoughts on your nutrient intake after completing that analysis. I have a template that you could fill out with the questions. So I'll get more details on that as we get closer to the assignment. Each week, I will post the work that we're going to do. So here's week 1. And as you see, I just kind of scrolled down. I'm going to move this welcome message lower next week, but I want to make sure that all the important info is on this welcome page. What we have to do each week will be listed here for you. So week 1, we're just doing an intro learning module, read chapter 1. The practice quiz is on the syllabus. So it's not content yet on nutrition. It's just to make sure you understand how to take quizzes and how to locate things. And then the intro discussion, same thing, just introducing yourself and telling us a little bit about yourself. Again, so you understand how to do the discussions. So that's the home page. I'm going to show you how to get to the syllabus, and then we're going to review that. So you're going to click here on syllabus, and then you click that document, and it will open up. I have it already pulled up here. See if I can make it a little bigger. You can see my syllabus, correct? Yes? Okay.
Yes.
All right, so every Tuesday and Thursday, we're going to meet on this Collaborate, and I'll get to lecture with you. Bear with me, the first couple weeks, it is heavy on lecture. The first 6 things we're going to learn are the nutrients. There's 6 nutrients: carbs, protein, fat, vitamins, minerals, and water. So I'm going to lecture on those. Once we get through the first 6 nutrients, we're going to learn about weight control, and then what I call like special populations. If we have to make adjustments to anything that we've learned based on a person's age, health status, whether they're pregnant, kids, elderly, different things like that, athletes. The first few weeks I'll be lecturing on the nutrients, and I want you to know that what I'm going to be talking about is nutrition for an apparently healthy adult. Once we get into special pops, we will make some changes of those recommendations based on what the specific graphics or the specific person. So just keep that in mind when I'm talking about carbs, protein, fat. It's for apparently healthy adult. If there's a change due to age or disease, we will comment on that when we learn special pops. Okay. Requirements for the course. So you're going to log in with me on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and we'll be in this chat room. Once the heavy part of lecture is done, I'm going to do more like more discussions and examples, and hopefully group work where I'm not going to be lecturing to you every single day. I think we'd all get bored with that, but I'm definitely open from learning from you guys as well, in your backgrounds and your thoughts on food and nutrition and health. Okay, so attendance in this course is Blackboard Collaborate. There's going to be 16 learning modules. Most of the time it's 1 per week. Sometimes we have to double up to get to all of them. Each learning module, and I'm going to open them for you now, each learning module you can access from the left-hand column. You're going to click Learning Modules. They'll all come up. And this week we are doing the intro, next week carbs. Okay. When you click into the intro learning module, okay, you're going to see a column of different items to your left. Most of this stuff I show in the class. So Thursday, I'm going to show you the PowerPoint and the importance of nutrition. Hopefully we'll get to steps to becoming a nutritionist, although I don't think anybody in here wanted to be a nutritionist. Most of you are nurses, personal trainers, health, a couple psychology, physical therapy. Some of these are videos that I will show while we're in class, but I want you to know that what I'm showing in class is also in the learning module. So if you miss class, you can go in here and pull up. Most important is usually my PowerPoint or my notes, okay? And you can look through those if you miss class. The last two links will always be the same, discussion and quiz. So for the discussion, you're going to click on that, read this, read the question, and then click to launch. And you will write your answer. What I think some students do is they like copy the question if it's really long, so that when they type their answer, they can see that, okay? So they're not going back and forth looking for the question. And then the quiz, you will click on that. They're typically about 10 multiple choice questions. And you get to take it twice. Same quiz, higher score counts. So for this practice quiz, what is the title of the course? Who wants to verbally tell me?
Introduction to taking quizzes.
The title of the course? Yeah, we're on the intro quiz right now, but what's the title of the course?
Science of Nutrition.
Yeah. So this is a silly question. I think most of you know that, but it's so you know how to take the quiz. So you click on the answer and then hit save answer, okay? When you go through all of them, then just hit save and submit for me, right? Higher score count. So if you take this quiz and you don't do so hot, take it the second time and the higher score will count. Most people do very well on these as long as you do them in the week they're assigned. I don't allow late quizzes because it's just, I won't remember to grade them. So it's just too hard with the amount of students I have. So make sure you do them in the week they're assigned. I will verbally tell you that. It's also in the syllabus. Like this week, intro learning module quiz. Next week, we're going to do learning module 1. I don't know if, I'm just checking the chat room real quick if somebody has questions. Is that for all quizzes? The answer is we get to take all quizzes twice, if that was the question. Yes. Every quiz you get to take twice. All right. Oop, I gotta look back. Okay. So there's your quiz issue. The second question I'm gonna get to, does a student need a hard copy textbook for the class? I highly encourage you to get the text. It's going to have a ton of information above and beyond what I teach you. I do lecture some of the material from the text, but then some of the material from my expertise as well. I don't read out of the text. I don't make you memorize large amounts of information. What will be on these quizzes and final is really what's on my instructor PowerPoints and instructor notes. So let me quickly take you to learning module 1. And what you'll see, instructor notes, okay, you see 3 instructor presentations and an instructor PowerPoint. The most important things, class, if you miss class, instructor notes and instructor PowerPoint. All right, those are what the quizzes and material that are most important for you to know. What this presentation is the PowerPoint with my voice on it. It's the exact same instructor PowerPoint, but you'll hear me talking. So unless you need to hear me talking, you don't have to click onto those. All right, and you will see them in most, but not all learning modules. So here for FAT, we have instructor notes important, instructor PowerPoint important. Those things is what I will be using in class. If you want to hear my voice again, it's the instructor presentation. All right. Then I typically have a couple videos or images, a couple net websites that we might look at, and then always discussion and quiz. Okay. So that's the learning modules and how to find the quiz. Try to have the quiz done before Thursday, just so in case you have a question about how to do that, you can ask me on Thursday. All right, let's get back to the syllabus. So we have 16 learning modules. This week, learning module 1, and then next week is learning module, excuse me, this week is the intro learning module. Next week is learning module 1, okay? The last part of this, if I scroll all the way down, there's a daily schedule, okay? Daily schedule is, starts on page 21. And it tells you exactly what we're going to do. I'm really, really good at not going off of this schedule unless something bad happens. Typically, I'd say unless there was like a day off because of snow. Well, that's not going to happen now, right? So this week, week 1 tells you what to read, what learning module, what quiz and discussion. Next week, carbs. All right. Tells you when we're going to meet. So you should be able to access that. I would print out at least this part of the syllabus. I know some students laugh at me that my syllabus is so long, but every detail is in it, how you're going to be graded and expectations. So browse through the syllabus today or tomorrow. Let's get back up to grading. So you're going to do your learning modules.
I'm sorry, I just had a quick question.
Yeah.
The quiz will be due every Friday, right?
Yes, the quizzes are due Friday at 11:59 p.m. You can take them early. Correct. The practice quiz, that quiz in the intro learning module is due Friday at 11:59. Yeah.
Okay.
Usually I start the lesson on Saturday mornings, but you guys can go in any lesson you want early. But the quiz for the learning module, that whatever week we're in, like next week is learning module 1. So the quiz for learning module 1 will be due that following Friday. And I'll make sure you guys know that when you log in. We're going to do a diet analysis. I mentioned that to you.
I'm sorry, I had another question. I'm
Go
really
ahead.
sorry. The textbook, it looks like with like a purple flower, right? That's the textbook. The science and nutrition. If
Yes.
I'm looking at, yeah, like a little
Yep.
purple flower. Okay, cool.
I think it's
Thank you.
cauliflower. I have it on the screen now.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, there you go.
Now, I had a few people ask me, can they get the e-text? I don't know if that was in your class or online. If it's more affordable, go ahead and get the e-text. Why I was recommending the hard copy is that, believe it or not, the used version of a hard copy was more affordable the last couple of years than the e-text. But a couple people are now telling me the e-text was less costly, but whichever works for you. You don't have to get a brand new one. We're not using access codes. The reason I dropped that access code and brand new book is they were charging like $150 or more for these books. So if you get a used textbook or you get an e-text, that's fine. All right, just trying to save everybody some money. So that's the textbook. So we'll do a diet analysis, and that's going to be due October 15th. We're going to do a flyer. Every one of you gets to pick one topic in nutrition you like and create a one-page flyer on it. It could be PowerPoint, Word document. This is the kind of flyer that you might see in like a doctor's office or a dentist's office when you're sitting there waiting and they're like, you read this flyer about how to prevent diabetes. And what you're going to be putting is in your flyer, it doesn't have to be a disease. It could be on a particular food or culture of food. I know some people said they liked Italian, Puerto Rican. It could be on kids' health or pregnancy and nutrition. Almost any disease you could tie back to nutrition. It could be healthy breakfasts, or I think I actually have a list somewhere of ideas, but I want you guys to pick what your flyer will be on. And then it's going to be due November 5th. In Blackboard, I do have some links with examples. I'm going to show you the flyer examples. So one-page flyer, any topic you want as long as it's related to nutrition, okay? And then in December, you're going to present that to the class on Blackboard Collaborate. What you'll do is we'll put your flyer up and you're going to talk for about 5 minutes on your topic. Okay? Don't get nervous. we're going to help you get your flyer done and do your oral. Then the final exam is going to be due on Tuesday, December 15th, and that will be online as well. No campus visits required right now. I want to, the syllabus is long, so read through that. Ask me if you have questions either via email or Thursday. This is the help area. If you are having technical difficulties, I would email them or call. This is the Triton support desk if you're having trouble with Blackboard or can't find something, it's not working right. And then obviously if it's a question related to the class, ask me. I do conference hours. Just make an appointment with me because I don't want 3 or 4 people waiting. And I want to make sure that I schedule you and you'll have me by yourself. For the conference hours, we'll use the exact same link you're in right now, Blackboard Collaborate meeting area. I'm usually available Tuesday and Thursday mornings or after class, Wednesday mornings. I mean, you don't have to only schedule during these times. If you email me and say I need to talk to you Friday, I can make an appointment. No big deal. So I will do conference hours. I just ask that you make an appointment with me. If you send me an email, I usually get back to you ASAP. If it's during the week, the weekends might take a little bit longer. Okay. How you're going to be graded. So don't miss the work, right? In every learning module, there's a discussion and quiz. Do those the week they're assigned. That's 25% of your grade is discussion, 25% of your grade quizzes. Okay. The discussions are really a lot of educated opinion, especially once we get done with the 6 nutrients. 10% of your grade will be your flyer, and you'll submit that. You'll submit that here, submit student flyer. You'll submit that online. Diet analysis, 10% of your grade will be that. You will submit that online. That diet analysis, again, if you want to start playing with the link, it's this ESHA track. You enter all the foods you eat for 5 days. Some of you, maybe you've used, what is the program on your phones called? MyFitnessPal app. Anybody used that before? But this is more detailed and tells you every single nutrient. That's the diet analysis. And then the final exam, 20%. So if you're wondering why the syllabus is so long, every one of those items I just discussed has its own page. Here's how discussions are graded. More info about discussions. This is quizzes, how they're graded. More info. Your flyer or brochure, how that's graded. Diet analysis. This has quite a bit of instructions, but once you get into the link, it's kind of self-explanatory. I wanted you to know if you needed help, you have documents on how to walk you through to using that ESHA track. Once you enter all the foods you eat, you're going to go to a report page, and you're gonna read this combo report. Based off what you read in that combo report, you could fill in a template I have for you here. Here's the template. These are the 10 questions you'll answer based off of that. Now, what I'll do is in a couple of weeks, we'll spend like half a class. I'll demo the ESHA track and how to run it. So don't feel like you need to know it by the end of today. I will definitely demo how to use that program and how to enter your data and find the report. And then a little bit more info on the final. Okay. Here's all the topics we're going to go over. All of them have like their own learning modules, so you can see what we're going to be learning in class. Thursday, we'll talk a little bit about why nutrition is important, the challenges we face with obesity in our community, and then some psychology of eating even. So I need to stop talking now. I'm going to see if you guys got questions. I'm going to leave this open in case I have to go to it. But who has questions about the class or me? I'll just pause for a moment. Anybody have questions?
Do you work out?
I do. So I hope that I'm not alone in saying this. Let me stop sharing so you can see my face. I was working out 3 days a week at a Pilates studio, 2 days a week on campus at Triton, and then the pandemic hit and everything shut, and I was not happy. So what I'm doing now is I walk every day for about an hour outside, and then I do some resistance training in my house. I also have those 2 little boys, so I bring them to the park. They want me to play tag, hide and go seek, football, basketball, baseball. I coach their baseball team. So I'm really active in sports as well. My favorite sport is actually softball. I'm on a team. We play in the fall because I coach baseball in summer. So I'm really, really active, although I'm kind of upset that my Pilates routine, got shut down. I want to go back. I'm a little nervous, but I think pending our COVID health, I'm going to try to go back in September. What are you guys doing? Are you going back to your fitness places or what?
Yeah, the gym's open now.
The
Yeah, I
gym's
do.
open?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
You don't have
nervous,
to
but I
wear a
have
mask
to.
while working out, by the way.
What is it?
You don't have to wear a mask while you work out.
See, I don't know what my Pilates studio wants. At first, they said you had to, but that was like a month ago. So I'm hoping maybe if I go back, things change. I certainly don't want to get sick, But there's my answer to do I work out. Typically, I never sit down, and sometimes you might see me standing. I'm in my kitchen right now. I usually don't sit down the whole day. Anything else, guys? Questions about the class or me?
Do you have a certification like from any nutrition institute?
Do I?
Yeah.
I have a certificate in nutritional medicine and then a certificate in plant nutrition. While I was at UIC, I did study in a major called it was kinesiology, but my minor was in nutrition. So I am not a certified dietitian, though. That's different. You or I could consider ourselves nutritionists if we have a higher degree in the subject matter. A dietitian actually sits for an exam like a doctor or nurse would, and they do an internship in dietetics, plus they pass that exam. I did not do that. I have all the coursework for it, but I never did the internship or the exam. So that's the story with my background in nutrition.
So legally, you couldn't like write somebody a food plan, right? Or you could?
Well, what we can consider is once you get a higher degree in nutrition, but you're not a dietitian, you could give recommendations to an apparently healthy adult, okay, legally. Can I write down a food plan word for word for a person? Certainly, I have the capability of doing that, but a person legally could only do that if they were a dietitian. Okay. So what I encourage you guys, especially nurses, personal trainers, health educators, you're going to learn a ton about nutrition, and quite possibly by the end of the semester, you can give that advice to your friends and family. Give them general guidelines if it's related to your job. So if you have a client that is asking you, how do I eat healthy? Give them general guidelines that you're going to learn in this class. Could you write a diet for them? Probably. You're going to have a ton of knowledge by the end of December. You're going to give your knowledge probably to your friends and family more than the people that you're going to be working with. But so that's the deal with a difference between like a nutritionist or a dietitian. So my whole goal by the end of this class is that each one of you is going to have thorough knowledge to tell an individual how to eat if they're an apparently healthy adult, and also make some changes off of that if need be based on a disease or age or activity that they might do. So I hope that answers your question. Anybody else have a question?
Yes, me, Patty.
Patty.
Hi. Yeah, this is like something I've always wondered, but whenever I look at a nutrition label, you know how it will say like lately they've been doing this, but it will be like amount of sugars, and then it will be like total sugars, and then it'll be like included number of sugars.
Let me look at something real quick. I have a label in front of me, believe it or not. I have a box of cereal that we were eating this morning. We're going to learn food label reading this semester. It's about learning modules 7 or so. So total sugars is probably what is in the food items that have come naturally. Like what I have here is Raisin Bran. So the raisins clearly have sugar in them. The whole grain wheat may have some sugar in that. That's a natural sugar. The added sugars is really the sucrose that they put into it. And sucrose is table sugar. So if you were to buy a big vat, 5 pounds of sugar, if we added that into the food product, that would be the added sugar and not what came naturally in the fruit, vegetable, or grain.
All right, so to like count it, you'd have to pretty much add them both together, not just look at like the total.
Yes. What you're going to understand this better at the end of carb discussion. When we eat a carbohydrate, they all start out as basically a plant. It's either going to be a grain, a fruit, or a vegetable. That's what carbohydrates are. If we eat them in their natural state, it's for the most part is a whole food. It's a whole grain or a vegetable or a fruit. We eat it the way we pick it off the plant. What the issue with added sugar or the problem with sugar in itself is when we process that. So we could take a food, process that, and it could become like table sugar. And they do that with, I think it's beets and cane. So we could process that, and now it looks like the sugar you'd add to your coffee or something to that effect, or you add when you're making a baked good. Do we have to add both together? For calorie content, yes, right? Every carb has 4 calories, regardless if it is a teaspoon of sugar or if it is a carrot. Every carb has 4 calories. But there's a huge difference in our health if we eat pure sugar versus if we eat a carrot. The carrot's coming with other stuff that makes it healthy. The carrot's coming with fiber, which is going to slow down the absorption of the sugar. It's coming with vitamins and minerals. It's coming with a small amount of healthy fats. That all cumulatively is very important, and that's why eating a carrot is healthy. The processed sugar, that sucrose, comes with nothing. It's just calories. It has no added benefit, and as soon as we eat that, it's absorbed immediately into the bloodstream. Whereas if we had something with fiber, it would slow that absorption down, and we can use that for longer periods of time, go into body fat very quickly. So I can't explain it to you in 10 minutes, but what we'll do next week is you'll learn a ton about this kind of thing. All right. I think I talked a little bit too much even on that topic. What you probably all have like 5 or 6 questions in your head. I can't answer them all immediately today, but I guarantee you, I would say in a month, you'll know a ton about the 6 nutrients. And then by December, put it all together in terms of health and weight control. Okay, any other questions? The class is from 11 till 12:15. Today I can't stay late because I have, my kids only have half day today. They went back to school, believe it or not. Other days after today, they're in school till 3, so I have plenty of time after class to talk. So, this Friday we have a quiz along with an assignment due. This Friday, what you'll do is I'm not sharing my screen. I thought I was sharing my screen. Hold on. Let me share the screen real quick. This Friday, what you'll do, okay, does everyone see my screen? Here's what I want you to do, maybe even before Thursday. Go to the learning modules, click Intro Learning Module. You'll see a PowerPoint, which I'm going to show in class Thursday. You don't have to do that ahead of time. If you want to, you could. Okay. That's the first one I want you to do. We may not get to these 2 PowerPoints in class. The second one is an older version of the first. This first PowerPoint I actually updated last semester. So we'll do that one. This third PowerPoint is how to become a nutritionist. If you're not interested in that, you don't have to open it. If you want to be a nutritionist, that's the steps educationally you'd have to take. These links and videos are going to be shown in class Thursday. So again, you don't have to do any of this, but if you need to refer back to it, you can. You want to read it ahead of time, or if you need to look at it a second time versus what we do in class, you can do that. Then you're going to do the intro discussion and the quiz. These 2 are due Friday at 11:59 p.m. The intro and the quiz. Okay? And if you have that textbook, try to read chapter 1 by Thursday, because we can use that in our discussion. All right. So that's for Thursday. Let me see if anybody else had a question. Okay. I'm sorry. That's what we'll cover Thursday, and that's what's due Friday. Anybody else? Okay. So Patty, your hand's up, but is that just from an old hand?
Yeah, sorry.
Just making sure. Do you think you're set for today? Like, you know how to look at the information for the intro learning module? You don't have to have it done by Thursday. I mean, if you'd rather wait and we could talk Thursday. The quiz is really on the syllabus. So you might want to read that syllabus before Thursday and then try to take that quiz. And then Thursday, we're going to talk a ton about the importance of nutrition. All right. Okay. I am going to then say goodbye to you for today. Email me.
I have a quick question.
Sure.
For the discussion, do we have to post the question, or is it okay if we don't post the question in the discussion?
You don't have to duplicate the discussion unless it helps you remember the question. Some of the discussions have multiple questions, but that's up to you. You could actually open your Blackboard in 2 different windows too to see the question and then answer it. So you don't have to repost the question if you don't want to. Not this week, but once we get into the carbs and protein and fat, you'll also be able to comment to other students if need be in the discussion. So you could talk to other students in that discussion room too. Okay. I don't think I'm missing anybody's question in chat. It was wonderful meeting you guys. I wish I could see your faces. Maybe next time a couple of you want to share your video. If not, a picture of yourself. I know Kiana has one, so I get to see your face. But it was nice meeting you. Thanks for your patience with me on Collaborate. Like I said, it was the first time I ever did that. If you have a question for me between now and Thursday, email me. If you want to chat, you can email me and we'll meet in the Blackboard Collaborate room. Otherwise, I'll see you Thursday at 11 a.m. again. Okay? All right. Everybody have a great day. I will see you Thursday. Bye-bye.